Hello and welcome to Moderan video series where we show you how Moderan can help you better manage your commercial real estate portfolio and be more efficient in your processes. So today we start out with an overview of your assets. The first view that Moderan presents is a snapshot of your portfolio of different properties. So things that you want to be on top of at any time. So what is my total leasable area? What is the vacancy rate? How many active tenants I have currently? How many active contracts? What is the average rent per square meter? And what is the monthly total? So this is the key overview of your KPIs as they change on a daily basis. Now, in addition to properties, Moderan also has buildings. So the difference between the two is that in some properties, you might have more than one building. For example, it's nowadays very popular to refurbish old factories into modern city quarters with multifunctional tenant set. So then you would very often have multiple buildings in one property, and you might want to have some analytics on the level of buildings and then properties. So Moderan supports this structure as well. Now, the next step after the buildings and properties is spaces. So spaces shows you an overview of the individual units that you're renting out to your tenants. And here, the first thing you notice is that you can have a very quick overview of your vacancies because they're nicely highlighted in yellow, and you can automatically filter them out by just selecting Show me the vacancies. Now, if we go back to all the spaces that you see that the spaces that are occupied at the moment are shown in white. And you can see the current tenant that is occupying the space, as well as the end of the rental period and additional information. Now let's take a quick look, closer look at the space information. So of course you have a space name, where it's located, what type of space this is, and most important, what is the space size. And for commercial real estate especially, it is important that the space size changes across time. So for example, some of the tenants might take additional space on the account of corridors, or you might merge a couple of spaces or split between the tenants. So Moderan supports this specific feature. You can just add from which date the space size changed, add the new size, and this will all be reflected in your leasable space calculations, as well as in the contracts and utilities calculations. So this is particularly convenient for commercial premises. Now, in addition to the space size, you can also track your target rent and see comparison to the actuals with your target. On the space, you also see the history of the space. Who are the tenants that have been occupying the space? What is their average rent? And how long did they stay in the space, so that you have some analytics for this space as well. Now, if we go back into the list view, so there are a couple of features that Moderan supports and make it especially convenient to manage portfolios of spaces. So at the moment, we're looking at all this data across your portfolio, across all your properties. But if you want, at any time, you can filter the view automatically to represent just one property. So here we see, for example, the urban center property, and we see only 2 vacant spaces in here. So this is a convenient feature for everybody to use. Now, in addition to that, Moderan is also very convenient to adjust the view for each user personally. So here is a list of different columns that are available to view. You can select them and deselect them and adjust the views to your needs, and Moderan remembers it for each user individually. So this makes it especially convenient for anybody to use. So this is a brief overview of the assets in Moderan and how Moderan helps property owners and managers get better transparency and overview of their portfolios.